What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about something similar to what we talked about in the How to Turn It to Gold series, and I realized I had never done it. So before I do my preamble where I tell you guys I love you, I just want to go on record and say that this isn't some sort of clickbaity, like, oh, you can turn your gold into some sort of vendor. Like, no, this is with trades with other players. This is how to do it safely using different chats and different pages and things, and what Zoss's terms are for doing such things. That's what this video is focusing on. This isn't some V-Bucks generator video. There's no magical vendor that turns gold to crowns. However, it is a very popular trade that people will do. There's very different ratios that they will do. There's ways to do it safely, ways that I recommend doing it. So that's what this video is going to focus on. So if this isn't the video that you want, then I fully understand. I didn't want to, want to make the title too crazy here. I understand people might be thinking there's some sort of, V-Bucks generator website where you just plug in your gold and it spits out crowns. But no, this is straight player transactions. I've seen and done dozens of these, so that's what I want to talk about, because I feel like a lot of people just don't know that you can buy crowns sort of from other players, and Zoss also endorses it. So now into my spiel about loving you guys. I love you. That sums it up. And for those of you who don't know, I'm giving back some of my ad revenue this month into ESO Plus for one lucky winner. All you have to do is leave a comment. You don't even have to like. You don't have to subscribe. You can still dislike the video. You can tell me my face is ugly in a comment, and it will still enter you in the giveaway. So that's just my way of giving back to the community. But let's jump right into the video. So this is actually something that I'm passionate about. Going into the crown store and looking at things, but there's a little bit of a backstory to this. I was just a young cherub looking through the crown store one day, thinking to myself, man, I would love me 4 crown crates. So I did a deal with a man in Stormhaven who actually had 10,000 Xbox gamer score, and he scammed me for what would have been like 150k gold, and I was so annoyed. I was like, man, I'm never doing trades like this again. So that was before I was really in any more and hold traders, before I was in any banned pages for people who do trades and stuff. But I wanted to kind of share my experience, but also talk about what happened afterwards. So for those of you who don't know, Zoss, which is ZeniMax Online Studios, for those of you who don't know, actually somewhat endorses you being able to trade. So let's talk about what a trade looks like through and through. So let's say you and me are doing a trade, and I'm like, man, I just got scammed, but I still got another 150k. I would love to buy 4 Sunken Trove Crown crates. And you're like, man, I could really use 150k gold. So I give you the gold, you click on the little gifty button, you punch in my gamer tag, and bada bing, bada boom, we are doing a trade. That is the simplest terms on how you can trade your gold for crowns. It's very popular, happens all the time, hundreds of times a day, I'd wager, across platforms. Now, let's talk about what ZeniMax actually says about it. So if you actually are scammed, you can actually report it to customer service and say, this is what happened. Remember, this is what you'll need to say too. This is what we agreed upon. This is when it happened. This is the individual that did it, and this is the situation, essentially. You'll basically go to customer service, select report a player, and then you can talk about what happened. You do bad actions. I don't know if it's its own. Yep, it's its own category, and then you would talk about it here. Now, obviously, I don't want that to happen to you, but I have had to tell people, like, oh, you were scammed. This is where you need to go. Because ZeniMax really does care about their community, and they will 100% investigate scamming. And actually, in my situation, they actually gave me my gold back, which was really cool. And that's why I wanted to highlight this, because I feel like most people don't know that this exists. But that's the bad. Let's talk about the good. Let's talk about how you can do it safely. And the number one way to do it, honestly, safely, is to do it in any sort of trading guild. So I'm in Tamriels Depot, Breaking the Wheel, Vixen's Valor, Ashes of the Red Mountain, and then I own the Brick Squad. Brick Squad are a bunch of dum-dums, because I'm in it. So don't let that lower the IQ of the individuals too much. So let's focus on the other people for now, just because they also have verified crown sellers. As you can see, you can buy from one of them. But also, every time I purchased crowns from an individual in a trading guild, it's been very smooth, and I'll tell you why. You can actually also see when people have joined these specific guilds. This person here, which I'm not trying to put anyone on blast here, but they've been in here since November 2nd. The odds of you getting scammed by a person who's 1798 CP, who's been in a trading guild since November 2nd, and that could have been 2019, 2018, who knows, is extremely low. Now, if it was a level 4, I'd say, okay, they joined January 25th, they paid this month, this is probably an alt account, I'd check their gamer tag, but I would still feel comfortable doing any sort of gold transaction in a trading guild, also because, too, there's actually whole banned pages for every platform that basically say, like, if somebody does scam somebody in a trading guild, they will become blacklisted. There's a whole list of people. There's actually a banned page dedicated to everyone that's blacklisted on Xbox. I'm sure there's some for PS4 and PC. So that's how you could do it safely. And the ratios are also going to vary a lot. Xbox is really trying to fight gold inflation and keep their goal to crowns ratio of 100 to 1. But I've heard on PC it's between 700 to 900 to 1. And on PS4 it's like 150 to 200 to 1. Again, I don't play on those other consoles, so if that's like completely wrong, just shoot me a comment below. But that's like about what the ratios are. So that's kind of like about what you can expect. And usually too, when like something cool comes into the crown market, you'll notice a lot of people will be, trying to buy that. The ratios will go up. I mean, there's obviously these sunken crates here have got people head over heels for them. So that's like causing the market to change. So there's a little bit of market that kind of goes into this, but overall, again, it's nothing too crazy. But I also forgot to tell you guys too, and I apologize for this. So during this week, you're actually able to get a lot more endeavors for your weeklies. And I apologize for not telling you guys this sooner. And this just shows you how I haven't played as much doing anything too crazy this week besides record videos. I've only harvested one of 35 resource nodes in the world. But you can see 1,200 Seals of Endeavor is quite a bit, and I forgot to kind of tell you guys that this is like during their celebration event, this is what they've been doing. Because to put that in perspective for you, like that's like over a quarter, or hang on, let me do this math in my head here, just under a quarter of this skin. And you can see like you can use it to purchase different items. So like getting 1,200 of that, takes you get a 30 euro towards this gold item, which I actually think is really beautiful. So I just wanted to also point that out to you guys too. But let me know what your guys' crown trading experiences are. I've like bought a bunch of crowns in my time. I've actually sold crowns too, like sometimes when I was like dirt poor at the beginning of the game. So don't feel afraid, like if you have like 1,500 crowns and you're in a trading guild. Some of them have rules like for advertising, but sometimes they'll also say, like if somebody says like, hey, willing to buy 1,500 crowns, and you have 1,500 crowns, you're usually allowed to say like, hey, I have 1,500 crowns, I'm not a verified trader, however, I'm looking to become verified. Because places, I know that Tamriels Depot and Breaking the Wheel, like you're still allowed to do those trades, and then you can become verified by sending screenshots of your successful trades then basically, because you got to start somewhere. Obviously, and I have not seen anyone get scammed in ESO like in an actual trade guild for a long time, so fingers crossed that everything will be good. But that's going to kind of summarize my thoughts on the subject. I hope that this was helpful, because overall I think that this is something that I'd like to see people do. I like it when people have things and then they can get something from somebody else that they need, but also give something to the other person that they also want. I think that's just like a way to grow the community. And overall, I think it just fosters the community that we want. And so, if you have crowns, you're looking to sell them, that's how you can do it. If you're trying to buy crowns, it's the same way. Get in those trade guilds, see if you can find someone selling them. You can always message the individuals who are advertised as listed verified traders, but you can always ask to just say, hey, willing to buy like 1,500 crowns, and see what you get. So, I hope this was helpful. I will see you guys tomorrow in the next one. I am working on that lore video, by the way, that I talked about in the community post. It's currently being scripted. That'll be a much more heavily edited video where these are just kind of my more daily thoughts, where I come out and talk to you guys about how my day was, my thoughts on the weather, my favorite color being yellow, how my kitten's doing, who's actually laying on my foot right now. This is just more of those impromptu videos where I try to help you guys out, but that'll be a more edited video with cool cinematics and edits and things, where this is just me rambling. But again, I feel like I'm rambling a little bit too much here, so I'll let you guys go. Have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Remember to like and subscribe to Jake Clips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.